Hi guys, this is multiplication video part 2. So I'm on Interactive Notebook page 30 right now, and I need to explain to you how an area model works. Okay, so we're going to start with this area model idea. It's going to help us understand how multiplication works. If our math problem is 32 times 65, let's estimate first. That's about 30 times 60, so 1,800 is a good estimate. Now let's talk about how to solve this problem. I'm going to take my 65 and I'm going to write it right here on top of this box. I'm going to break apart 32 into 30 and 2. So here I'm going to multiply 30 times 65, and that gives me 1,950. Then I'm going to take 65, multiply it by 2, you can see it here, and I end up with 130. When I add it together, I get my total answer. This is my product, 2,080. A little hint is to line up the products inside this area model so you can add later. My answer of 2,080 is pretty close to my estimate of 1,800. You might be wondering why this is called an area model. Well, I kind of set up my rectangle in length times width format. And so we know that to find area, you multiply the length times the width. Let's take a look at another one. If we had a math problem that was something like 329 times 87, we might estimate it to 300 times 90. 27,000 is a good estimate. Now let's do this as an area model. I'm going to take the 87, plop it on top, and I'm going to break up my 329 into 320 and 9. Now I'm going to multiply 300 times 87, and I already did this work. 300 times 87 is 26,100, and I wrote it there. Okay? Now we're going to multiply 87 by 20. Now 87 times 20, again, I already did the work, is 1,740. Okay, last step is going to be to multiply 9 times 87. And again, I did this work on scratch paper off to the side. 87 times 9 is 783. I lined up my digits carefully so that when I add, I get the correct answer. And you can see here that my final answer is 28,623, which is pretty close to my estimate. A little hint here. If I were you, I would not put commas in your products inside your area model. I think it may end up making some messy work that you could end up making a mistake with. Alrighty, so let's talk through these next two, but I'm going to let you finish them. Okay? 47 times 98. Let's make an estimate. What would you put here and here? What do you think? I think I'd go with 50 and 100. Now, how would we set up our math problem? Well, let's start with our 98 on the top, okay? And how are we going to break up our 47 for the side, for our width? Well, let's do 40 and 7, okay? I'm going to let you finish that problem, so pause the video and go ahead and see if you end up with the same answer I do. Go ahead, pause the video. If you got 4,606, you did it right. Good job. Okay, make sure you have your work there. Let's try the next one. 496, well, that's pretty close to 500. Times 58, that's close to 60. So get yourself an estimate. And let's set up this problem. We're going to take that 58 and we're going to put it on top of the area model. Okay, and we're going to break up 496. Let's think about how we do that. Think expanded form. We're going to start with 400 on the side. Okay. Then we're going to have a 90, the next row down, and a 6 at the bottom, okay? Go ahead, solve this problem. Pause the video while you work, and I'll give you the answer at the end. Go ahead, pause the video, do your work. All right, when you finish, you should have an answer of 29,568. If you didn't, try your work again, okay? And 29,568 is pretty close to our estimate of 30,000. Congratulations. I'm going to move on to the pink foldable on page 31. Okay, we're going to start by making an easy estimate. I'm looking at maybe 5,000 times 30. What do you say? Okay, 5 times 3 is 15. with 4 zeros on the end. That's 150,000. Let's see how this goes. Okay. We're going to start by multiplying 8 times 5. Okay. And 8 times 5 is 40. Drop the 0, carry the 4. 6 times 8 is 48 plus 4. 48 plus 4, that's 52. Carry the 5. 8 times 9 is 72 plus 5. 72 plus 5, that's 77. And 8 times 4 is 28 plus 7 is 35. Okay, so we've just multiplied by the ones place, haven't we? Good job. Okay, we're going to hop down here. We're going to multiply by the tens place. I'm going to rewrite my previous answer, and I'm going to try to do a nice job so that we can add it up at the end. Oh my goodness, I've made a mistake, haven't I? Oh, we're going to have to be very careful here. All right, 35,720. Okay, now we are multiplying here by this 2, but that 2 isn't worth 2. That 2 is worth 20. It's in the tens place. So how do we make a 20? 2 times 10, right? So we're going to put that power of 10 that makes the 2 a 20 right down there. And I'm going to put an X in it so I remember that I used that placeholder to make sure my 2 is worth 20 and not just 2. Now let's multiply by our tens place. 2 times 5 is 10. Carry the 1. 2 times 6 is 12. Plus 1 is 13. Carry the 1. 2 times 9 is 18. Plus 1 is 19. Carry the 1. 4 times 2 is 8. And 1 is 9. Okay. So at this point, we're going to add it all up. Okay, we're going to add this up. So we're going to recopy 3, 5, 7, 2, 0 on your bottom piece. We're going to recopy 9, 9, 3, 0, 0, and then we are going to add on your last flap. And let's see if our answer is close to our estimate. Whoops, I put my comma at the wrong spot, didn't I? Mrs. Myers, come on, get it together. Okay, we're going to erase that and put it back where it belongs. And I think we did a pretty good job. 135,020. Okay, I'm going to move on. Pause if you need to hear it again. All right, it's blue foldable time. Oh my goodness, this is a big one, but we can do it. Alrighty, first we're going to multiply by the ones place, okay? 5 times 2 is 10, carry the 1. 2 times 9 is 18, and 1 is 19. Carry that 1. 2 times 8, I'm right here. 2 times 8 is 16, and 1 is 17. You see that? 2 times 6 is 12, and that 1 is 13. Okay, I'm going to recopy that. Over here, before we multiply by the tens place. 13, 7, 9, 0. Okay, here we go. Now, when multiplying by this 3, that 3 is not worth 3. That 3 is worth 30. How do we change a 3 into a 30? We multiply it by 10. I'm going to put an X in there so I remember that it's my placeholder. Oh my goodness. Okay, so 3 times 5 is 15. I'm going to carry that 1. 3 times 9 is 27, and 1 is 28. I'm going to carry that 2 from the 20. 3 times 8 is 24, and 2 is 26. 3 times 6 is 18, and 2 is 20. There we go. Alrighty, I'm going to recopy before we multiply by the hundreds place. Okay? So, 1, 3, 7, 9, 0. And we only have to do this because we're taking notes in this way. You typically wouldn't have to recopy all these steps. Okay? Alright, so now let's multiply by that 7. Well, that 7 isn't worth 7. That 7's worth 700. It's in the hundreds place. How do we turn a 7 into a 700? We're going to need 2 powers of 10. I'm going to put them in an X so we remember their placeholders. Okay? 7 times 5 is 35. Carry the 3. 7 times 9 is 63, and 3 is 66. Carry the 6. I'm right here. 7 times 8 is 56, and 6, that's a terrible looking 6, but that equals 62. 6 times 7 is 42, and 6 is 48. All right, now when we add all this up, let's see if our estimate matches. Okay, I am running out of space. Are you? Maybe. Okay, I'm going to get my addition sign in there. Alrighty. 0, 14, 21, 12, 13, 14, 17, 4, 10, carry the 1, 5. Let's get our commas in there. 5,047,140. How'd we do with our estimate? Well, I would have estimated that to be 7,000 times 700. That would have given me a 49 with 5 zeros. Are we pretty close? I think we're pretty darn close. I think we did okay, guys. Alrighty, we're going to try 3 more problems. Well, you're going to try them. You're going to copy these 3 math problems on the top of page 31, okay? And you're going to try solving these. So pause the video, copy the problems, try solving them, and I'll put the answers up, okay? Alrighty. I'm going to give you these answers at school. We'll see how you do, okay? Good luck. Bye, guys.